The world needs dreamers, the world needs doers, the world needs dreamers that do something. Hi, my name is Kelly Sullivan Walden. I'm the creator and founder of The Dream Project, and I am so happy that you are watching this little video with me right now. This is the very first one, so this is a test to see how this can work. The idea is that I want to give each teacher a 5-minute video as a preparation before each class to empower you to know exactly what's happening in each class each day, because I know there's a lot of information here, so I want to make it as simple as possible. So I'm imagining that you've already gone through the teacher's training, you already have your teacher's training booklet, and you already have your curriculum, all your students already have their manual. So what you're going to do to prepare for class number 1 is you're going to count off your students into groups of 8, so that you can ultimately, hopefully within the first 10 to 15 minutes, have the students seated in groups of 8. Now it can be random, or if you prefer, if there's people that you want your students to sit with certain other students or to not sit with certain other students, you can already prearrange who's going to be in each of the 8 groups. And ideally they'd be sitting facing each other in small groups of 8. Once the students are seated, then you have each group select a spokesperson for their group, and that's not for the whole program, but for that day, and perhaps it will be for the whole program, but for day number 1, we need there to be a spokesperson for each of the 8 groups, and then have those spokespeople come up, and out of a hat or out of a bowl, you'll have the number on slips of paper 1 through 8. Each of the spokespeople will come up and select one number, 1 through 8. And based on the number that they pick, that will be the goal that their group will work on and learn about and share about and do reports about and create projects about for the rest of the project. So for example, Johnny, he's the spokesperson for the first group. He picks goal number 8, which is develop a global partnership for development. So he will say, once all of the 8 have chosen their goal, he will stand and say, "Hi, my name is Johnny, and I am the spokesperson for group number 8, which is working on Millennium Development Goal number 8, develop a global partnership for development." At which point, encourage the class to applaud Johnny and his entire group, and then move on. So goals 1 through 8 get represented on that first day, so they all know what goal they're working on. And then you'll let them know in terms of time frame, if you choose to do this program as a 12-week class or as a semester program or just as a 1-week intensive. You choose the time frame, and I'm going to be speaking right now as if you're doing the 12-week version of the program, but you can adapt this to what works best for you. Perhaps I'll come up with videos based on the different suggested timelines that you could do it. But let's just say for now that you're doing the 12-week class. So you'll tell your students that at each of the 4-week marks, there will be three of those in the 12-week program. Do the math. So there's going to be project number 1, project number 2, and project number 3. The third will be the last and final project. This program is divided into 3 sections: past, present, future. So the report number 1 that will be done on week 4 will be all about the past aspect of the Millennium Goal. The report that will be done at week 8 will be done regarding the present as it relates to each Millennium Goal. The report that will be done at the very end will be related to the future as it relates to each Millennium Goal. So you're just going to give this overview to the students. They're not going to have to know exactly what that means at this point. But starting on class number 1, the students are starting to build toward report number 1, which is about the past as it relates to their Millennium Goals. So you're going to give the students the assignment starting that night to begin to research their Millennium Goal. And the students in each group might divide themselves into smaller subgroups based on the who, the what, the why, the where, and the when. as it relates to that goal. So one person might be in the group, so Susie might be the who. So she's going to be researching, who does my Millennium Goal relate to specifically? Where do those people live, and who are they? Describe their living habits as it relates to the history of these people. Before the class is over, probably ideally at about the half an hour mark, you're going to do a visualization exercise, time travel exercise with the students. This is what gets really fun. You're going to tell the students that you're going to now close your eyes and you're going to imagine that you're going into the future, 2015, where all the Millennium Goals are fulfilled. That means that there's no more hunger, poverty, that there's equality for all people. And just get a sense of what 2015 might look like with all these goals fulfilled. Have the students visualize that they can be anywhere in the world. Imagine what age they are. Some of them might be in college at this point. Have them share about what they saw, just so they have a sense that there's a happy ending here, that there's a light at the end of this tunnel. And their first assignment for the night will be to begin to research their goal. You can teach them slant as a kind of a context for what you're going to be doing, or how you want the students to be relating to you in each class. And SLANT stands for sit at the edge of your seat, paying attention as if this was the most important thing you've ever heard. L stands for lean forward so that it looks like you're paying attention. A stands for answer questions in class or ask questions in class, which is another way of saying participate. N stands for nod your head yes, because as a physiological thing, when you're nodding your head yes, it puts you in sync and in resonance with the teacher, which expedites learning. And then T stands for thank the teacher at the end of the class, or thank your classmates for having taught you something or having informed you of something. It's about being grateful, ending the class on a positive note. So with that said, again, this world needs dreamers, the world needs doers, the world needs dreamers that do something. Thank you so much for being a part of the Dream Project, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video to set you up for day number 2. Thank you.